Welcome back to CineRecap, your one-stop channel for classic movie recaps. Today, we're exploring Alfred Hitchcock's psychological thriller Shadow of a Doubt from 1943. This film is not just a suspenseful ride, but a deep dive into the unsettling dynamics of family and trust. So, let's unravel this chilling tale together. The story begins in a dreary neighborhood in Newark, New Jersey, where we meet our central figure Charles Oakley, played by Joseph Cotten. From the very start, Hitchcock introduces us to Charles as a man of mystery. He lies on his bed in a cheap boarding house, seemingly relaxed, but we sense something is amiss. Two detectives, though it's not yet clear to the audience, are tailing him. With his sharp instincts, Charles quickly notices and decides to make a hasty exit. He evades the men with a calculated coolness, setting the tone for the film's tension. Charles boards a train headed west to Santa Rosa, California, to visit his sister, Emma Newton, and her family. His sudden decision to visit raises questions: why is he running, and what is he hiding? Meanwhile, in Santa Rosa, the Newton family is excited about Uncle Charlie's visit. We meet the Newtons, Emma, her husband Joseph, and their three children, young Charlie, Anne, and Roger. Young Charlie, played by Teresa Wright, is particularly close to her uncle, whom she adores and even idolizes. But young Charlie is going through her own existential crisis. She feels trapped in her small-town life, yearning for something greater, something to break the monotony. She even thinks that she and her uncle are somehow spiritually connected, almost like they share the same thoughts. When Charles arrives, he's greeted with warmth and enthusiasm. He brings gifts for everyone, but it's the gift for young Charlie that catches our attention: an emerald ring. While initially enchanted, young Charlie notices an inscription inside the ring. To TS from BM, this is the first of many small, unsettling details that start to build tension. As Charles settles into the Newton household, Hitchcock begins to subtly reveal his darker side. During a family dinner, Charles goes on a disturbing monologue about the ugliness of the world, particularly targeting rich widows. This scene is pivotal as it plants the first seeds of doubt in young Charlie's mind about her beloved uncle. Charles's unsettling behavior continues. He becomes tense when a couple of men, actually detectives from earlier, appear in town under the guise of a national survey. They begin questioning the Newton family, and Charles's paranoia becomes evident. He even forbids young Charlie from answering their questions, which only makes her more curious. Young Charlie's curiosity soon turns into suspicion. She begins her own investigation into her uncle, piecing together small clues that seem to point to something sinister. Her breaking point comes when she overhears one of the detectives mention the merry widow murderer, a man who targets wealthy widows, steals their money, and then disappears. Terrified by the possibility that her uncle could be this killer, young Charlie digs deeper. She finds a newspaper clipping hidden in Charles's room that confirms her worst fears: her uncle is indeed the prime suspect in the murders. The final nail in the coffin is when she matches the inscription on her ring to one of the victims. Confronting her uncle, young Charlie faces the man she once adored, now fully aware of his crimes. But Charles doesn't deny it. Instead, he tries to manipulate her, claiming that the world is a wicked place and his actions are just a response to it. He even goes as far as threatening her, showing the true depth of his malevolence. The tension between the two escalates. Young Charlie is determined to protect her family, but Uncle Charlie has other plans. He subtly tries to kill her, staging two accidents: once by tampering with the garage door to trap her in a car filled with exhaust fumes, and another time by loosening the stairs. Each time, young Charlie narrowly escapes, heightening the suspense. As the net closes in on Uncle Charlie, he becomes desperate. He decides to leave Santa Rosa, but not before one final, deadly act. In the film's climax, set aboard a train, Uncle Charlie attempts to push young Charlie off a moving carriage. But in a twist of fate, it's Charles who ends up falling to his death, his violent actions leading to his demise. The film ends on a somber note. The Newton family attends Uncle Charlie's funeral, completely unaware of his dark secrets. Young Charlie, though shaken, decides to keep the truth to herself, preserving her family's image of her uncle. She now bears the weight of this terrible knowledge, a haunting reminder of the darkness that once lurked so close to home. Hitchcock masterfully balances suspense with psychological depth, making this one of his most celebrated works. Thank you for watching CineRecap. If you found this summary insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into classic cinema. Do you think young Charlie should have exposed her uncle, or was she right to protect her family? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep loving the classics.